Uribe's.
Thanksgiving leftovers reinvented. Hey YouTubers, you're on with the Uribe's. So Thanksgiving's over, the projects are done, the pies are half eaten, and you have a fridge full of leftovers. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to reinvent your food into 3 yummy new meals. So here at our Thanksgiving dinner, we had mashed potatoes, turkey, mashed turnips, and homemade gluten-free cornbread stuffing. We have Brussels sprouts with garlic and bacon, and a shrimp cocktail, just to show you what we're working with. First up, homemade soup for the soul. When we carve our turkey, we don't mess around. All the edible parts come off, and I immediately put the carcass in a pot of water, set it to boil for a couple of hours. Now, we stuffed our bird with halved onions and fresh sage, so all that went into the pot too. After that cooked for a couple hours, I carefully poured the pot through a colander into another pot to filter out the solids and the bones and to catch the broth. Then I used a handheld strainer to catch anything small enough to get through the colander and discard that. Okay, so this part gets messy. In order to use as much of the turkey as possible, which is what I want to do, when it has cooled, dig through the bones and pull off all the edible meat. You want that for your soup, but be careful because there are teeny tiny bones that can sneak in. And here's all the meat that I've collected. That's going to go right into the broth. And you can even see on the plate the onions that were cooked with the turkey in there. I just broke them up and tossed them in the soup. Throw in whatever soup vegetables you have. Onions, celery, and carrots are great to start any soup. Turnips and parsnips add a great flavor to this kind of soup, but we're just using whatever leftovers I have in the house. So some peeled potatoes, some frozen peas, some frozen corn are all going into the mix. Next up, I'm adding quinoa, but you can use barley, rice, pasta, any grain you want, if you want, just toss it in. So I'm gonna throw in some spices for flavor. I used 5 bouillon cubes, 3 bay leaves, some garlic powder, and herbes de Provence. And I'll let that simmer for a while on low with a lid and pretty much forget about it. Yum! I hope you have leftover biscuits for dipping. Okay, next up, croquettes. This is a family tradition of mine. We're going to take everything you see here, mashed potatoes, turnips, cornbread, turkey, even the Brussels sprouts, cranberry sauce, and gravy, and we're dumping it all in a giant bowl, and we're mixing it all together. Here you can see I've put the turkey meat in the food processor to chop it up small. You can also pull it or shred it with your hands or forks, which is what I've always done in the past, but this time I've used the food processor and I really like the way that it came out. I like to heat some oil in a pan and saute a whole chopped onion and toss that into the bowl too. There I am. Okay, everyone, this is Thanksgiving in a bowl. Whisk up a few eggs. You're going to pour it in as a binder. Then you're going to add salt, pepper, parsley for color and flavor, garlic powder. I like to throw turmeric in everything. It gives a nice flavor and color, has great health benefits, so mix all that in with some Worcestershire sauce. You need flour next to your pan if you're frying, and Pam for the cookie sheet if you're baking. Now, I've never baked croquettes before, but I want a healthy alternative, so here's hoping the flavor is still good and they don't fall apart. Wish me luck. So I popped them in a 350-degree oven for about a half an hour. Oil for my frying pan, so I'm going to fry a few up the traditional way. Same deal, make patties, but this time coat them in the flour and fry until golden. Golden rule of frying, leave them alone. So these are the baked croquettes. They look delicious, and honestly, they taste delicious. They taste just as good as the fried ones, so if you want a healthy alternative, definitely go for the baked. Kid tested. Kiara approved. Okay, last reinvention, I'm turning leftover shrimp cocktail into a scampi type meal. Now I don't follow recipes, so it'll vary slightly from a scampi. I took all the garlic that was left, quite a bit, don't skimp on the garlic, and I pulled the tails off the shrimp. I chopped the garlic and the shrimp to bite-sized pieces. A little EVOO, add the garlic to the pan. Next, I added some veggie broth. You can use chicken broth, whatever. And some lemon juice. To thicken that sauce, I'm going to add a scoop of cornstarch to some warm water, mix it well, and add it to the pan. Then you need flavor. I threw in some salt, pepper, and garlic powder. That's the Wolters-Uribe trinity of spices. I added to everything. And then some paprika for color and flavor. Then add the shrimp. Now the shrimp's already cooked, so just give it a toss to warm it up and coat it with your sauce. And you can eat this alone or over rice or pasta, however you want. Oh, and I threw in some parsley for color. And the taste test. Yummy! So that's it for Reinventing Thanksgiving Leftovers. Thank you all for watching You're On with the Uribes. We are a family-style vlog. Please hit the like button, comment below which recipe you'd like to try, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Bye!